Chapter 6. Rock Bottom Has a Basement. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise. Psalm 51:17, ESV. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our conscience, but shouts in our pains. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. C.S. Lewis, The Problem of Pain. The two DUIs came within less than 2 years of each other. There's a particular kind of shame that comes with a DUI. It's public, it's documented, it goes on a record. But more than that, you know that you put other people in danger, that you could have killed someone, that you could have killed yourself, that a different night might have ended very differently. After the second one, I lost my license, then my job, then my home. I had to rely on other people for everything. Rides to the grocery store, rides to doctor appointments, rides anywhere I needed to go. For a man in his 30s, that's a particular kind of humiliation. You have to lay down your pride and ask for help again and again from people who have every reason not to give it. It broke me. Now I've learned something about being broken. There are two kinds. There's the kind that just destroys you, that leaves you in pieces with no direction, no hope. And then there's the kind the Bible talks about, the broken spirit, the contrite heart, that God says he will not despise. That kind of breaking is actually the beginning of something. But I wasn't there yet. First, I just hit the floor. I was 31 years old. I had nothing. I'd burned through chances, burned through relationships, burned through goodwill. I had a daughter who needed me to be well, and I couldn't even drive her to school. What I've come to understand, looking back, is that rock bottom isn't really one moment. It's more like a series of floors. You hit what you think is the bottom, and then the floor gives way and you fall again, and again, until finally something different happens, until finally the pain of staying the same becomes greater than the pain of changing. And in that emptiness, something became very clear. I needed a power greater than myself. I had used every bit of willpower, every bit of self-motivation, every bit of love as motivation I had, and none of it was enough. I was proof that human determination on its own is not enough for this. The 12-step tradition names it, a power greater than ourselves. What I was slowly coming to understand was that I'd been introduced to that power at 9 years old, through a hole in the ceiling of my childhood bedroom. I'd just spent 20 years running from it, and I found myself once again in that place, so broken I didn't know what to do, broken enough to finally ask God to save me from myself. I remember one night during that season, standing alone in my kitchen. I wasn't praying, not in any polished sense. I was screaming, out loud at God, telling him to do whatever he needed to do to fix me. I had nothing left. No more deals, no more plans, just a man at the end of himself, with tears running down his face and nowhere left to go. And then, through the blur of those tears, I saw it, the image of Jesus, looking right at me, not turning away, not disappointed, just there, present. And for the second time in my life, the first being a 9-year-old boy in his bedroom on the worst night of his young life, I either heard it or felt it. I still can't say which. It's going to be okay. Same voice, same presence, same promise. He had been saying it all along. I was just finally quiet enough and broken enough to receive it. Something in me started turning, quietly, like the first shift of tide changing direction. For the first time in a long time, I turned toward the one I had been running from. I started asking in my worst moments, is there anyone who can actually help me? The answer was already there. I just had to get low enough to receive it.